All right, sixth graders, here we go. All right, congratulations for getting through lesson 1 and 2 in chapter 1. This is our last lesson, lesson 3 of this chapter, which we talk about place and time, historians in the 21st century, chapter 1, and this will be researching history. We're going to go over what that means and how that looks and what to do when you are researching history, okay? And then this will be our last lesson for this chapter, and after you're done with this, you go to your game board and check out what you need to do moving forward after the teacher video here. All right, here we go. All right, so again, practicing our norms. Chromebook safely on desk and surface. Headphones securely in, volume loud enough for you only to hear and concentrate, not loud enough to bother others. Focus on the video from Mr. Larkin. No distractions to others. Complete the guided notes page after each slide. Pause the video and check your work if you need to. Turn in your worksheet to the social studies turn-in bin. Our objective for today, what I would like to teach you, you'll understand where to know how to find information about a subject, and how knowing this will make it easier to complete research projects and other schoolwork in your future. All right, first things first, planning your project. How do you begin a research project? First step in a history research project is to identify a topic. To test your topic, try looking it up online or in an encyclopedia. If there is no results for your topic, the topic may be too vague or unclear. If there are too many results, the topic may be too large and needs to be narrowed down. Okay? Selecting a topic that is workable is the most important part of the research process. After you select a topic, you need to decide what you want to learn about the topic. And when doing this, the suggested idea is to create 6 questions that you would like to use to help you find out more information. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So that could be, let's say you're doing September 11th, 2001 attacks. Who did it involve? What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Why and how? Okay? All right, stop. First checkpoint. You're going to stop here and you're going to check your notes pages so far from what we've done and make sure you have everything ready and complete and move on. Planning your project, fact versus opinion. When researching your topic, be sure to determine if the source is trustworthy. Look for opinion statements in the text. This will give you a clue that a resource you found could be biased or untrustworthy. A statement of fact expresses only what can be proven by evidence. A statement of opinion expresses an attitude. It is a conclusion or judgment about something that can be proven false or true. Historical research should rely on facts and primary sources rather than opinions. When taking notes on your topic, the notes should be in your own words and in complete sentences. Be sure to give credit to the book, website, author, and anything else you may be using after you have used their information as notes for your topic. Okay? Again, checkpoint, stop, pause your video, go back, make sure you have everything you need for the questions thus far, and continue. Researching on the internet. Finding information on the internet can be quick and rewarding, especially nowadays. However, it can be a challenge to find out if the information you located is true. Good historians and researchers follow a few guidelines as they gather information. First thing to do is check to make sure that it has authorship. What that means is to be sure it has an author. A reader has no way of knowing who wrote the content and whether the author is an expert on the subject or topic. However, reliable articles will be signed by well-known experts on the subjects and topics. The authors will include details about their credentials or evidence that they're experts. So let's say you're looking at a science article, something about photosynthesis, and it was written by Derek Jeter, a famous baseball player. Maybe not something you want to look at, but maybe it was written by a famous scientist, okay? Something you probably think will be credible and reliable and you could work with, okay? So just determining who the author is, if they're credible, and if they have the credentials to know and write about the topic, okay? Checkpoint again, stop, make sure you're ready to move on, and here we go. Researching on the internet, part 2. There are other ways, as this continues authorship, to decide if an article is worth using for research. You can look at the homepage for the article. If the article is on a site of a university and college, government office, or museum, it is most likely a reliable source. If you find an article about the foods eaten by the American colonists, and you find the article is published by an academic journal at Yale University, you can assume that the page is a reliable source for this topic. Okay? Checkpoint again, stop, check your work, notes page, make sure you have everything you need up to date, and we're ready to move on. Part 3, web URLs. What does that URL mean? It is a uniform resource locator, or URL is the address of an online resource. That would be a website address, okay? The ending of a URL tells a great deal about the content. A URL that ends in .gov is most likely a government entity or part of the government. The site most likely contains accurate data, which is up to date as possible. An example for a .gov or .gov website would be nasa.gov or .gov. Okay, a URL that ends in .edu is most likely a site for an educational institution, such as a college or school. Most .edu websites pride themselves on accuracy. However, there can be some opinions in addition to facts, saying that they're the best school out there. They have, the #1 campus. That could be their opinion. Factual would be when it was created, when it was developed, how many presidents there have been, or principals, so forth. Okay, and the example for .edu would be sacredheart.edu, a college here close by in Fairfield, Connecticut. And last but not least, nonprofit organization usually use .org at the end of their URLs. And Catholic Academy of Bridgeport is actually a nonprofit organization. Even though we are a school, schools can be nonprofit and an organization. Okay, and these sites may be very accurate. Okay, continuing checkpoint stop. Check your work. Make sure you're ready. Last but not least, plagiarism, researching on the internet. To plagiarize is to present the ideas or words of another person as your own without offering credit to the source. Plagiarism is similar to forgery or copying something that is not yours. It violates copy laws. These laws prevent the unauthorized use of a writer's work. If you copy an idea or a written text exactly word for word, that is plagiarism. Some people have ruined their careers through plagiarism by using content from books or the internet without citing the source or giving credit. Another way that someone may plagiarize is taking words from a website, copying and pasting them, and putting them into their papers. Let's say in college, people have ruined their academic careers, not just your work career, but before you even get to work and you're in college, they have been kicked out of school and told to leave because they plagiarize. Not something you joke with. To avoid plagiarism, follow these rules that they suggest. Put information in your own words. Okay, take that information from the website, but then put it into your own words somehow. When you restate an opinion from something you read, include a reference to the author. According to Dr. Jones, and move on. Always include a works cited page, which is basically a reference page. It's also referred to as a reference page, but in academic world, it's called the works cited, and I will go over all of that with you at the end of our chapter, and we're going to all do a research project. Okay? All right. Last but not least, last checkpoint, pause, end of the video for lesson 3. Be sure all your questions are complete before you move on. Put this in the turn-in bin, and then you may, if there's time allowed, see what's left on the game board and move on if time is allowed. If not, we will continue before we launch our next lesson and class for social studies. Great job, friends. Keep it up. We're almost at the end of chapter 1. Bye for now.